This time on the Standup Sessions, the laughs continue as we're joined by Geraldine Hickey and Daniel Connell. And to kick things off, here's your host, Nazeem Hussain.
Thank you. Welcome to another night of socially distanced laughs from Melbourne's best and funniest comedians. One and the same thing, best and funniest comedians. Are you guys ready for a great night? Yeah! I'm freaking pumped. Now, for those of you at home, there is an audience here, all right? But they are working, they're crew members, and they have been specifically told to not laugh in case they just spit out, you know. So that's why they've gotten me to MC tonight. You've broken the rules already, guys. I'm too funny for this job. No, it's good. Thank you for coming. ISO 2.0. I mean, what a world. 1 minute I'm sitting on the couch eating chips. The next minute I'm sitting on the couch eating chips. I mean, life has changed for comedians. I mean, I've finished all the streaming services, Netflix, Stan, all done. So I've started binge watching old television shows. If you want, you can watch some of the stuff that I've been on. I only do highbrow television. So check out this show called I'm a Celebrity. Get me out of here. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's a very cerebral political show. I needed the money. No, I was in there. I was doing that show. I was raising money for charity. You probably know about that. I was raising money for the dolphins. There was a child dolphin. It's a very persecuted minority. That's why I was doing the show. No, it was a horrible experience. I don't know if you've seen that show. I was in there for 46 days. They chuck a bunch of celebrities into the South African jungle. I lost 10.2 kilos on that show. Put it straight back on. I don't even know if anyone even watched the show when I was in there. I got out of the jungle. I got onto a train in Melbourne, Flinders. That was the first time I realised that some people did watch the show. Some guy on the train, he saw me, got really excited, packed carriage, and he stood up and he yelled. And he said, "Hey, you're from the jungle!" And the guy next to me had no idea what he was talking about. He's like, "Whoa, that's racist." So, yeah. Welcome to Melbourne, bro. That was a weird experience. I lost, as I said, heaps of weight, but it was great. It was a fun experience. I actually prayed on that show. I'm practicing Muslim. And before I'd pray, I had to leave camp. So I'd say to everybody in the camp, I'd say, "Hey, everybody, I'm just about to go chuck a prayer." And then I'd leave the camp and go chuck a prayer for 5 minutes. About 5 weeks into chucking a prayer 5 times a day, one of the other campmates, Natalie Bassingthwaite, she comes up to me. She's like, "Hey, Nazeem, isn't it about that time of the day where you go and chuck your afternoon pear?" I said, "What?" She goes, "Aren't you supposed to go chuck a pear?" I said, "Did you mean chuck a prayer, Nat?" She goes, yeah, obviously that's what I meant, chuck a prayer. I said, "Did you think for the last 5 weeks I've just been walking down to the creek to throw fruit towards Mecca? Is that what you thought I've been doing?" She's like, "Well, personally, I don't really know much about Islam, you know, you just see all that stuff in the news, everyone's pissed off at Muslims. Personally, I thought it was because you guys waste fruit, you know, here we are eating ostrich anus and you're just throwing fruit northwest. What a wasteful religion."
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Daniel Connell. Welcome.
Thanks, mate.
You're pumped? You looking excited?
Mate, I'm always pumped. Just generally in life. I might not look like it on the outside, but yeah. I'm generally a pretty pumped person.
What is going on with that? Because, you know, you don't look pumped on the outside.
I think my upbringing has resulted in me being how I am. I grew up in a small town, so I think...
Canberra?
Bateman's Bay.
Bateman's Bay?
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole town is pretty laid back.
It's just there's just nothing...
Just beaches and oysters.
Is there a standout beach?
Yes.
Which one's that?
Well, I hate saying it publicly because it's a bit of a secret spot, but it's called Denham's Beach.
Denham's Beach?
Denham's Beach.
Denham's Beach.
And
write it down.
Locals know how to get there, but it's off the main...
You just use Google Maps though now.
Look, if you had it, you could use it, but please don't. Just stay away from... It's our beach.
By the end of this interview, thousands of people are going to be there.
True. I might have just... if we can edit that out, that'd be much appreciated. I've just ruined it for all the locals.
Denham's Bay.
Devon's Beach.
Devon's Beach.
You say Devon's Beach and then no one will ever find it.
So then you left Canberra after how many years doing comedy?
Only not even a year. And I came down here with a mate in 2009 to the festival. We went and watched a bunch of shows. And I thought I could live in Melbourne. I was kind of just starting stand-up.
Yeah.
And I had a mate that got a job down here with the Army. And he had a bedroom available. I didn't know anyone else and just packed my old story, just packed the car up, all my belongings and drove to Melbourne.
Bloody hell. And then you just completely smashed it here.
It's been pretty fun.
It's been great.
Yeah. So I came in March 2010 and Yeah, it was like a lot of hustling the first 5 or 6 years, like just going to every gig.
There's heaps of comedians trying to do comedy in Melbourne.
Yeah, I think I was kind of lucky when I came, actually. It's much more now. Like there was sign-up spot gigs, but you go to some now and there's 40 comics trying to sign up on the night, where I just don't think there was ever that many. There was a lot, but like I just came down here and did all the open mics and just worked my way up. Yeah. Had a good break in 2011, so I was here for maybe a year and a half, and I got in the Comedy Zone.
Oh yeah. That's run by the Comedy Festival.
Yeah, run by the Comedy Festival, and that helped a lot. Then I did my first show the year after that, and away we go.
What about Geraldine Hickey? I mean, we're gigging with her tonight.
Jez, she's one of my favourites. I've pretty much known her since I moved to Melbourne. Right. I would say she was always around at gigs and so lovely, and I just love Jez, like everybody does. Just soul of the earth, tells it how it is. Yep. What she says is, that's what goes. So that's what I like about her the most.
You got married because of her partner.
I got married because of her partner.
Yeah. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, because I wasn't going to get married if her partner didn't.
If her partner wasn't there, you wouldn't have gotten married.
That's true. Yeah. No, you're right there. You actually.
So what happened? Because we're being pretty cryptic here.
Well, Jez's partner Kath is a celebrant, and she married us, my partner Laura and I, and it was great.
And now you're a dad.
As father now as well.
How's that?
Kath made that happen as well. So 6 months ago. So February this year. So pretty much a COVID baby.
Yeah. So this is probably working out all right for you, being in ISO, in the baby bubble.
It's been it's been good. It's been that nice silver lining to, I wouldn't have been able to spend this much time with him, basically. So it has been nice, but I would love to be working.
Well,
as I'm sure you are as well.
How are you feeling about this gig?
I feel all right. Yeah, it was just nice to leave home and think about a set in your head. You know that on the way to the gig.
Oh,
it's that nice feeling.
Well, what is your pre-gig thing? Do you do something?
Have a banana generally.
You have a banana? Yeah. Have you got a banana?
I hate it.
You had it already? Yeah. Oh, so we're in now. This is pre-gig. You're in the.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I've got potassium running through me.
Daniel, have a great gig.
Mate, thanks very much.
Thanks.
Lovely to chat to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Daniel Connell.
Thanks very much. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Nazeem. Great to be here. Great to see you all, every single one of you. Lovely to be here. I've probably come out here tonight, you're thinking Daniel looks pretty up and about at the moment, looks pretty happy with life. I'm not. A bit upset at the moment, a bit pissed off with some certain people in my life. Bit annoyed at the local service station attendants down at my local servo, right? I can't go down the servo and get some fuel anymore without them offering me some sort of deal. You getting the same thing from your service station attendants? Yeah, go in there, would you like some 2-for-1 chocky bars? Do you want some energy drinks? Would you like some sex in the toilet, right? It's disgusting. Of course I don't want any energy drinks, it's gross, right? Graham's the worst by far at my local servo. Graham's an absolute pest. I was in there the other day. He said, Daniel, would you like this 2-for-1 deal? I said, what is it, mate? He goes, it's a 2-for-1 deal on 3 litres of milk. So what's that, mate? He goes, do you want 6 litres of milk for the price of 3? So what the fuck do I want with 6 litres of milk, Graham? Who needs 6 litres? It goes off in 3 days. You think I'm drinking 2 litres of milk a day for the next 3 days? You're a fucking idiot, mate. Read the room, Graham. I don't need that much milk. Do you think I'm bathing in milk, Graham? Is that what you think? Do you think I'm taking milk home having milk baths? Do you think I'm hand-raising 3 tiger cubs at home, mate? Of course, I don't need 6 litres of milk. I had a go at him. Who wouldn't? You all would as well. Had my 2 cents worth. And then Graham got all upset. He goes, look, Daniel, just so you know, the reason we offer 2-for-1 deals is because our boss makes us do it. If we don't do it, we don't get shifts at the service station. So there you go. That's why they offer you 2-for-1 deals. Obviously, I felt horrible for having a go at him. So if anybody needs any milk, 36 litres at home, send me an email, I'll send some over. Been spicing my life up a bit as well in isolation, just being at home, just starting to spice my life up a bit. You can try this as well. I'm not saying your life aren't spiced up, but give this a go, right? It's going to sound sus off the top, but sometimes when I'm bored at home, I'll go out of my house and pretend I'm an undercover cop around the streets. Sounds sus, all right, but hear me out. So I'm at a train station or a bus stop and there's some young guys carrying on like dickheads, right? I'll make eye contact with the biggest kid in the group, right? Just stare at him like that, just hold the stare, slowly back away, right? Then just talk to the top of my shirt like that, like I've got a bit of intel on him. It is hours of fun. Give it a go. Same thing, kids at the supermarket with their mum mucking up, same thing, stare at the kid, back away, into the shirt, good times, right? They shit their pants. Do be careful though, I got myself in a sticky situation one night. I was outside a pub waiting for a mate and there was a security guard on a stool, right? And he actually had a real microphone in his shirt. And I saw him talk into it, I thought, well, I'll talk into mine as well and see what he does, right? Didn't like it at all, wasn't too keen on the whole idea. Then his security mate came over to me, they both had a chat, and then they both looked at me. I thought, my mate's about to come out. Any second, we'll have a great laugh when they see I've got nothing there. So I'll go again for the second time, right, into the shirt. He's up out of his stool, the boss, over to me in like 2 seconds flat, very quick, right? Got to my face, and I thought, you know what, my mate's going to come out. Any second, they see there's nothing there, it's going to be very funny. So I go for one more go. He grabs my wrist, this security guard, flicks me on the ground in 2 seconds flat. He knows judo of some description, right? I'm now on my back, quickly surrounded by 4 huge guards. I thought, this has backfired massively. I remember thinking, I'm going to need backup here, so I called again, right? And no one came. Hey, thanks very much for listening. Hopefully I'll see you all out on the street one day in real life. Take it easy. See you later.
Everyone, Geraldine Hickey. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Mate, how exciting is it to gig again?
And it feels good. There were moments in lockdown where I was like, why do I do comedy? Like, why would I go back to it? Like, you know, because every night you'd be able to stay at home and watch TV.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it was just like, oh, this is the dream.
Yeah.
And then you get back on stage and you go, oh, yeah, that's why I do it.
So you would give up television time and just being able to lounge around your PJs?
But
stand up.
limited,
Yeah.
like half an hour. If
Yeah.
like the closer I am to a gig, the better. But the ideal night is to go, like, have a bit of dinner, see you, babe, and then I walk out the door, maybe walk down the road a bit. G'day, walk out on stage. Sup, fuckers? And then do 10 minutes, 10, 15. That's a good amount of time. They go, thanks very much. Walk out, back at home in front of the TV.
What time is it?
Like, if from leaving the house to back at home, half an hour, the dream.
That's amazing. So you could do that. You live that close to gigs.
Sometimes.
Wow. So you did raw comedy in 2001.
Yeah, mate.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah,
That's 19 years.
I know.
I actually started doing raw comedy as well. That's how I got into comedy.
That's right. I was at your heat.
Were you really?
Yeah, I remember you.
Wait, I think you might have emceed one of my heats.
Yeah, I might have.
Wow. Thank
There we
you.
go.
You've
The amount of people that I met, that I emceed their raw heat, that have just would leapfrog.
Oh, sorry, Jez.
No, you deserved it though.
No, not me. I'm saying, like, what are you talking about? It's impossible to leap from you. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I did it. I did raw because I was living in Albury at home, and Mum wanted me to do something with my life, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to be a stand-up comedian." And she went, "How are you going to do that?" And I went, I was on the computer at the time, and I went, "I'm entering raw comedy," and I put in my details, and then they said, "Yeah, your heat's in February."
So you did it for spite for your mum?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, she was just like, "You can't work at the cinema for the rest of your life." I was like, "Oh,
Do something serious.
yeah, fair enough." But that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I had jobs the
Yeah.
whole time. It was only, I worked in hospitality for years. I remember one night, one of the first times I performed at, I was doing the comedy festival and doing up front, and and it's at the Melbourne Town Hall. It's sold out.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's massive. And you're like, oh my God, it's such a rush,
Yeah.
and it's amazing. But I did one of those spots. I think it was one of the first time I'd done up front, and it was just like a dream. And I went, oh my God, this is the best. And then, you walk off stage and everyone goes, oh my God, that was great. I was, oh, you were great too. I'm like, oh my God. And then I had to go to work. And then there was something really depressing about pulling beers for someone. And I'm just like, I performed in front of 1,500 people that you don't give a shit.
I've got to say, so you described comedy in a way that would probably not get a lot of sympathy from the audience.
Oh, yes.
That we've lost our jobs, but you're like, we only used to work for 20 minutes a day, 1 minute to the gig. What is life like for comedians now with no gigs?
Well, I'm worried about my financial future. No, well, do you know, there's so many things about comedy that you miss, you know.
Well, there's so many comedians that I know, and I'm just like, how do you pay the bills week to week, even before, but they clearly, it is a central purpose for them, and for all of us, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And without it, it's a weird time right now.
You know, you make a couple of changes and you kind of do what you've got to do to pay the bills, but it's like nothing beats standing in front of a live audience.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking not to be able to do that.
What do you think of Daniel Connell?
Love him.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah. Look how tall and handsome and beautiful he is.
Well,
he's not an object, but he's beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. He's tall, he's good looking, he's funny. It's too much.
Do you reckon?
It's a bit too much.
No.
Flaunts it. He doesn't bag his height and his looks, and it makes us feel threatened backstage.
Do you know? Yeah, absolutely. Do you know? And also, he's a family favourite.
Is he?
Yeah, my sister is obsessed.
Really?
Yeah, loves him because she saw him because she lives in Perth and went to his show, and he has a bit about prawn sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
And she lost her mind because I think she's one of the only other people in the world that enjoys a prawn sandwich as much as Dan Connell.
Welcome to the stage, Geraldine Hickey!
Sup, fuckers. By any chance, is it anyone's birthday today? Fair enough. Chances were low, I'll be honest, but happy birthday if it's your birthday today. I hate birthdays. That's a lot. I love other people's birthdays. Like, if it is your birthday, genuinely, happy birthday. But, like, it's my birthday, I don't like. So I just find it, I get very anxious around birthdays, like my birthday. Like, do you know, like, it's the lead up to your birthday. Let's say it's the lead up. And it's when friends and family will say something like, oh, your birthday's coming up. What are you going to do for your birthday? You're going to do something for your birthday? What are you going to do for your birthday? And you're left going, oh, yeah, we'll go out, maybe we'll just have a little, we'll wait, I'll get something, well, organise something when we can, and maybe, we'll have a Zoom party or something like that. It's too much. I cannot handle the pressure. Birthdays, like, remember back in the day when you'd be at the office, when other people were in the office and, you know, you go to work and not like your home office, it's you work, remember that? And you go to the office and, like, it'd be your birthday and, like, Kimberly from HR, like, halfway through the day, she comes in to your office going, why don't you tell us it was your birthday? Why don't you tell us it was your birthday? That's why we've got the birthday board. You put your name up on the birthday board, we'll get you a cake, have a bit of morning tea. Why don't you tell us it's your birthday? What's the point of having the birthday board if you're not going to put your name up on it and let us know when it's your birthday? And you're left going, oh my God, shut up, Kimberly. Like, first of all, you work in HR, yeah? So you should know when it's my birthday. Like, I put it on the form when I first started working here. Secondly, you know it's my birthday now. Rack off and get me a cake. Yeah? Do you know why birthdays are tricky? It's because it's really hard to tell people that it's your birthday. Do you know, like, it's impossible not to sound like a 5-year-old when you do it. Do you know, like, if you just walk in, hey, it's my birthday today. Like, do you know, it's my birthday today. yeah, it's my birthday today. Like, you can't... I've tried it many different ways. I went to the supermarket once on my birthday. I had a lot on, and I went to the supermarket and I was like at the checkout, and the whole time I was there, I was just having this internal debate over whether or not I should tell the checkout chick it was my birthday. That whole time just going, just tell her it's your birthday. She doesn't care. Like, she doesn't even know who you are. Like, oh yeah, it's a good conversation starter, you know. How are you? I'm good, thanks. It's my birthday today. Oh my God, you really do sound like you're a child when you say that. Mind you, I was at the self-serve checkout, so it was quite the debate going on in my head. I don't like birthdays because I'm bad at organising them. Yeah, like, I'm not an organiser. Like, I'm not... Like, if it's my birthday, like it used to be, if it was coming up, I'd leave it to, like, the last minute, and, like, I'd just send out I'd try and be cool and casual about it and just send out a text going, hey, it's my birthday on Tuesday. Like, I'm going to be at the pub. Just, yeah, pop in if you're around, you know. Just whatever. Cool. And then I would send that to every single person that I know, right? And then I'd be at the pub on Tuesday afternoon just getting lots of text messages saying, hey, happy birthday, sorry I can't make it. And each one of those text messages is a tiny dagger into my heart, yeah? Anyone else had a shit birthday? There's a few. I'm sure people have had shit birthdays. I've had a few. Like, for example, one of my shit birthdays was at La Paqueta. Yeah? La Paqueta. It's where they put the La into disappointing birthdays. La Paqueta. I don't think there's anything sadder than having a party at La Paqueta. Like, I may have overbooked and arrived first. So I don't know if there's anything sadder than seeing a 24-year-old at the head of a very long table upstairs at La Paqueta, looking up at the waiter going, oh no, I'm sure my friends will be here soon. And then later on having to go, oh no, we don't need those settings anymore. Anyone else had that? I've asked people about their shit birthdays. Had one woman said, yeah, I've had a shit birthday. And I went, yeah, what happened? She said, my dad booked me a magician for my 30th. Yeah. Welcome to the club. Someone else said, she said, yeah, I've had a shit birthday. And I went, what happened? And she went, oh, I didn't want to do anything. And then my friend got me like this fancy cake. And so I had to invite people around to come and help me eat the cake. And I went, whoa, that's your cake. Like, you don't have to invite people around. You just eat the cake. That's yours. And she went, I'm a diabetic. And I went, oh. You're definitely a member of the club now. I turned 40 last year. Thanks. I know, I transcend age. And I turned 40 and I knew, like in the lead up, like the 6 months before, I was like, I knew that family members and friends were going to be, oh, you're 40 this year. Oh, it's your big 4A, you're going to be 40 this year. What are you going to do for your 40? You're going to do something for your big 4A? You're going to do something for your 40? You're going to do something for your 40? You're going to have a little bit of dinner party or something a bit bigger? What are you going to do for your 40th? It's your big 4O. So to avoid all of that, I said to my partner, could you please organise me a surprise party? Now, that is genius for two reasons, right? Number one, I don't have to organise it. And number two, every single person that got invited to the party is at the party. as far as I know. Anyone that's been at the pub on their birthday getting text message after text message saying, sorry, I can't make it, will have a deep feeling about that joke that I just told. They'll get it on another level. They'll feel it in here. I had a surprise party and it was the best. But here's the thing, like on the first, surprise party, it was like this is what you expect in a surprise party, that you walk into a pub or a venue and go, oh my God, I can't believe all my friends and family are here. And that's essentially what happened. Walked into the pub and all friends and family are there, oh, it's surprise. I'm like, oh, this is great. And we're all walking around drinking, having chats with people. And then one friend said, hey, I'm so sorry, but I have to go home tomorrow. And I went, yeah, that's good. And she went, oh yeah, I can't, so it's just I can't stay for the rest of it. And I went, what? There's more? And she went, yeah. So it turns out that my partner had not only organised a surprise party, she'd organised a 3-day event. Yeah? There were stubby holders. Some would call that a festival. I would call it too much. It's very overwhelming, but I had a very lovely time, like I have done here tonight. The end.
Geraldine Hickey, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Geraldine Hickey and Daniel Connell. Good night.